How you doing, guys? I'm Sean.
Hi everybody, I'm Lynn. I hope you're having an absolutely incredible day today.
Absolutely mystical and magical type of day today. Guys, listen, today's video we're going to be talking about Carnelian.
Carnelian.
And chameleon.
Chameleon, karma, Carnelian. That's really bad, sorry
Way
guys.
to go, man, hey?
Sorry guys, Carnelian, not chameleon.
I like that actually.
It's really bad.
So, we're talking about Carnelian, guys, and absolutely wonderful stone to be working with, to be holding. Not too sure if you have one in your collection. More than likely you have. If you haven't, maybe consider researching it more and maybe going down to the local crystal shop and having a wee sit with it and just saying, what do you think about them, Linny?
Oh, it's gorgeous, gorgeous stone. Now, it's actually a form of, it's iron oxide. That's what gives it its lovely colour, the lovely red colour. Obviously the iron. And it's just a beautiful stone to get you that up in the mornings. It's like, I nickname it caffeine in a crystal, because if you get up and you think, I really want some zest this morning, and you pick up this crystal, it is a real get up and goer, because it's a motivation. It's an ass kicker crystal.
Do you want a cup of Carnelian in the morning? I bet you made a cup out of Carnelian.
Oh no, you probably could. It'd be a lot healthier than coffee anyway.
Well, not what I thought about amethyst, but just on a side issue there. See, this is the way it happens. My thoughts, my mind's all over the place. But I was going to say they was talking about it gets you a bit of a wake up in the morning. I was going to say, well, I wonder if you made a cup out of Carnelian and drank your beverage, let's say your fruit juice.
No, but I mean, you can get gem elixirs, so that's another thing altogether, isn't it?
I say the Romans used to have amethyst goblets because they said amethyst prevented them getting drunk and things like that. So maybe a Carnelian one.
Absolutely, yeah, and gem elixirs, each one has but that's another video again, gem elixirs, which we'll cover later today, because that's quite in depth.
The Carnelian is a magical stone, and as I say, the ancient Egyptians have been, like all stones and all minerals, were always held with high regard by all the ancient, peoples of the world, different parts of the world. And everybody, we can only speculate what they really used them for and how they used them and things like that. But there's documentation that the ancient Egyptians praised Carnelian because they actually believed it was like the stone of Isis. And what they would have done was carved amulets and like totems. I know the totems of Native American Indians, but they would have carved animals and things like that, and they would have placed them round about the throat chakra before embalming, and it would have helped them guide the blessing of Isis from the transporting from this reality into the other world. So it was always held with respect, certainly from there, and in that direction as well. People against giving the evil eye. When they used to say, if somebody gives somebody a dirty look or put the curse onto someone, that person would have got bad luck. So they would have carved amulets and protective objects like rings and brooches, things around their neck.
Cameos were very often used with Carnelian.
To protect you against the evil eye from different people. But I think it's a wonderful stone.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's it's been used for many, many things in crystal healing. As we always say, you go by what you feel drawn to use it for. But personally for us, I think it's a good motivator one. Get you kicking, that kick-ass in the morning. And it's a lovely one for confidence. It's a great one to carry on you if you need something, a bit of extra confidence to get out there. The feel of it is just absolutely wonderful. So we've got a lovely raw piece here. And it comes in many different forms, in chunks, commonly seen most often in tumble stones. And it's a very readily available crystal in most crystal shops. And online, it's very easy to get, isn't it?
True. And when you think about what Lynn said there about the confidence aspect, confidence is obviously it really is a state of consciousness, a state of mindset, how that person happens to be feeling at that particular time. And in the opposite spectrum of it, Carnelian's great for calming people's anger and temper. And you could say, well, how could one actually give somebody the confidence and yet the other one be bringing something down? Well, when you think about both of them are trying to get in alignment. Anybody who's angry or who's aggressive, they're in a bad state of mindset. And when you're bringing the Carnelian, it's bringing you into its vibration. And the person who may be anxious, panicking, lacking confidence, they need to be brought up also into that middle realm so actually things is focused and balanced. So it is a wonderful stone to have, to keep in your pocket, sit and meditate with when you're walking about. And it's I think it's wonderful. It used to be used also, by the way, because of the carving. I don't know how they found this out, but the fact of the matter is that they did. If you can think of the old ancient, the kings with the seals before they had wee stamps and ivory labels and things like that, they would have used sealed wax. So any documents would have had a piece of wax over it, and then they would have put the stamp or the seal on top of it. And the reason why they used carnelian is because carnelian was easy to carve into, but more importantly, it didn't adhere to the wax. So whenever they put it on the wax, the hot wax, and it was able to take the seal straight off it. And that was another thing that they used the carnelian for.
Absolutely. So it's commonly used in crystal healing for the internal organs. I was really thinking about it. It actually just feel like all sort of smooth, how you imagine all the insides to be. But it's commonly used on all the internal organs, like the spleen, the kidneys, the liver, the intestines, the blood, obviously, because the high iron content as well. It's an amazing, amazing stone. It just has so many wonderful properties. The only thing that you have to be very, very careful, as unfortunately with a lot of crystals on the market at the moment, they're not necessarily fakes in carnelian, but what they tend to do is they tend to dye carnelian and bring it out a lot more of a dark orange colour than what it actually is by soaking it in dyes and that, which is really, and staining them, and also heat treating them, which unfortunately is commonly done now with a lot of crystals, not just carnelian. It's commonly done with citrine and amethyst all the time. But this is just something to be aware of. If you buy your citrine and you don't mind knowing that, that's fine. But if they're selling it as real, just be very careful, because it's not. A lot of the time they heat treat them and also dye them as well.
Try to get to the like of a crystal shop, a local crystal shop, or a mineral fair and things like that. Do you know what I mean? If you can't, sometimes you're in a different place, you can't check out online to see if there's places selling carnelian. But if you can get down to the place, we always say try to see what resonates with you. The books and the information saying what crystals can do and can't do, and what we're actually saying what they can do and can't do. These are just opinions. These are all just about people's opinions. These are only our opinion. What we like to think, and we've said it consistently from day one on this channel, it's up to you to tap into that intuitive being that you are. You know what I mean? You're tapping into a higher state of consciousness. So go to a crystal shop, get a selection of carnelians and pick one at a time and just sit and see if it resonates with you. If you get a raw piece, let's say for toxic like this, there's something far more different than you're holding. So probably like the card, or not the tumbled pieces or the shaped pieces. Something about a natural raw piece of carnelian and raw
it's lovely, isn't it? It's
crystal.
lovely and smooth. It's lovely and natural. It really is gorgeous. And it's a chalcedony quartz, so it has that lovely calming energy. Absolutely beautiful. So it's very commonly used in jewellery, as you've already said, as in this case here. There you go.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
So guys, there you go. There's a wee...
So you want a fire in your belly. Get some chalcedony.
In the old base chakra region.
That's another good thing it's good for as well. Well done you saying that. The base chakra, it's very commonly used for using. So we always say you can use crystals on any chakra. We don't believe it has to be just on the base because of the colour of it or anything like that. But it is commonly used for the base chakra, and it's really good for the sex drive, for giving you the extra out there. Don't ask me what that was.
Easy
Don't ask me what that was.
Here, hold that in your hand too.
That was really bad. Anyway, it's
if it's behaving like that with one in her hand, let's see what she's going to be like in two in her.
It's good for the old sex drive. So if you're flagging in that department, guys or girls, or both of you, get a bit of carnelian on.
And by the way, this channel is not responsible if there's any babies.
Any adverse reactions, we're not responsible, are we?
You might be the same sex, of course. You wouldn't have to be worrying about babies.
We'll see
and I'll be taking them all with me tonight.
You don't need that.
Guys, listen. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already done so, please here's yours. Please subscribe, and you can check us out on Twitter and Facebook, and we've also Dreaming of Avalon Meditations. So there you go, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Absolutely. Send you loads of love and loads of happiness as always from Ireland, and until the next video, bye.
See you later, guys.